all the infrastructure and tools needed to deliver on this vision. From an infrastructure perspective, it starts with quality data. One of the data quality problems that exists is that among your systems of record and applications, there are many opinions about the reference data associated with the business. Customer data, product data, and what you need is a place where all of that comes together, a single point to manage it, to resolve conflicts, such that all systems can now consume this authoritative set of master data. This is the area of master data management. And we'll be delivering in SQL Server 2008 R2 a new workload we call Master Data Services, which is oriented around answering these master data management challenges. The second key component of the infrastructure is the data warehouse. With the release of scale-out data warehousing, SQL Server will now scale to all of your data warehouse needs. It will be a one-stop shop for every data warehouse offering, from the large single version of the truth, hundreds of terabytes, centralized enterprise data warehouse, to the surrounding data marts, to the surrounding reporting and analytic workloads. You'll have one place to go, one solution to operate in your environment. Now, it's delivering also a compelling experience for end user. We talked about last year something we call Managed Self-Service BI, which we think is going to enable an order of magnitude more end users to be able to produce and consume and collaborate on BI solutions. This comes together in two parts. It's about an experience for end users. We don't want to teach everybody about BI technology. We just want to enable them to get their work done. For analytics, we're delivering an experience in Excel. Every Excel 2010 user will be able to download this add and use it. You saw it earlier. It's called Power Pivot for Excel. And for reporting, for those data visualization and reporting tasks, we're continuing to innovate in Report Builder, adding a report gallery to enable a grab-and-go scenario, all about enabling end users to be able to get those type of simple data visualization and exploration tasks done. It's about a compelling end user experience, and it's also about bringing that solution under IT management. And that's from an infrastructure perspective as well as a data governance perspective. Now, Tom's going to spend a lot of time talking about Managed Self-Service BI tomorrow, but we wanted to look more end-to-end at what we're delivering. So I'd like you to join me in welcoming Amir Netz, Distinguished Engineer and Lead Architect of the Business Intelligence team, to the stage. Welcome, Amir.
Hey, guys. So as Ted said, we made massive investments in data warehousing and BI in R2. And what we're going to see here today is how we can manage the quality and consistency of the data using master data services. And then we're going to take the data and upload it to a massive scale-out data warehouse appliance. And then we're going to use the data through self-service reporting using the new Report Builder 3.0.
Great.
So we'll start with master data management. And master data management, the tool that we see here on the screen, see the tool? Yes? Allows the data steward in the organization to manage the master data sets. It allows the data steward to define rules, to define behaviors of the data, and then as the systems update the data stewards can go in and see if all the data remains consistent, if all the rules are being followed. And we're going to go in and see, this is a console. We're going in, and I'm now the data steward, and I can go and look at the validation issues. And I get the report that's going to run. Here we go. And it shows me the various validation issues that we have. And you can see here that I have 3 products that you can see the product codes, and you can see that there is some issues here. The subcategory is not equal to 2. It must be equal to 2. So I can go in one by one and manage it, but I actually want to show you as I navigate the hierarchy what really happened here. So I go in and navigate to the category hierarchy, and I'm going to drill down here to the retail products and look at the various bikes that we have and looking at the mountain bikes. And I'm going to go and look at those 3 products here. Where are they? Here.
I think somebody else came along and already fixed this problem.
I think they fixed the problem already. So suppose these were the wrong products. Then I could go in and just move them to the rightful place. I would just go and move them to the road bikes. Let's assume that these were road bikes, and now they're in the rightful place. And I just fixed the problem. And this, we have here a whole range of tools to go and, whenever there are exceptions to the data, to start workflow, to start notification, to let the other system know that the data has changed, to figure out that the other system changed the data. And one of those systems, of course, is the data warehouse. And when the data is clean, we're going to load it to a data warehouse. So we're going to take a look here at the data warehouse appliance, the scale-out data warehouse appliance. And let's switch to the other machine. And we're going to look, we're connecting here to Aliso Vallejo in California, where the development team for the data warehouse appliance is sitting, scale out. And we're looking here at the machine. Now, Ted showed you a machine with 192 cores. That's a small baby compared to what we have here. We have here 20 nodes, processing nodes. Each one of them has 16 logical processors plus 1 control node, altogether making 336 processing threads here. And we're going to go and start using it. Now, we have integrated this data warehouse appliance with a bunch of our tools across the board. We can load the data using the SQL Server integration services, but in this case, I'm actually going to use the PowerShell to load the data. So I'm going to start a data load process. We're going to load 60 million rows into this data warehouse appliance, and we're going to take a look at the performance. You can see the control node on the top here is figuring out how to split the work of the loading of the 60 million rows across all the processing nodes. And then it's going to delegate the work, and you can see now the work is being delegated. And you see the speedometer. It shows us what the hourly rate of loading the data. You can see in this case, we are over 2 terabytes per hour. On a sustained basis, you should be expected over 1 terabyte an hour of loading processing. Now, the data is loaded into the nodes. The nodes are going to commit the transaction. You're going to see another spike going up here. It's going to be a transactionally consistent commit phase across all those nodes. And now the data is in here. We just added 60 million rows to this 10 terabyte data warehouse. Altogether, we have here well over 60 billion rows in this whole data warehouse, so this 10 terabyte. So let's use it.
All right.
Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to shift to Report Builder. And we have integrated this data warehousing appliance not only with integration services, but also with analysis services, with Power Pivot, and with reporting services. So we'll just go in here and switch. And we're going to connect. So let's create a new connection. We're going to choose the scale-out data warehousing appliance. We're going to put our credential in, and we have a typical developer credential. So the username is SA. The password is test. And you know it, right? So press OK. Let's paste the rest of the connection string.
At least it wasn't blank.
Yeah. I don't think we allow it anymore. And we're going to test the connection. And it's working. Good. So now we're going in, and we're going to insert a new table into this report using the table wizard. And we're going to create a new data set. And we're going to create using the connection we just created. And we're going to connect. You see here we have the TPCH 10 terabyte data set. This is the 10 terabyte, 60 billion rows that we have here in the line items table. We can go and create a query graphically, but us as hardcore DBAs and developers, we like type things in, so we can also look at it as a text mode and just copy the query and paste it to the right place. And this is just a group by query going to scan the whole 60 billion rows table. And we're just going to go and execute the query and see what's going on. So we just flip over here. You can see the control node again, figuring out how to split the work across all the processing nodes. Now, 20 processing nodes going, each one 320 threads going, scanning the table, 10 terabyte table, 60 billion rows. And you're going to see it's actually doing it pretty fast. We are virtually done. You can go in here. Here it is, the result set. Very quickly, this query just got aggregated 2 billion rows out of the 60 billion rows that we had in the table. So that's a pretty immense processing, and just in a few seconds. Very capable. OK, so integration with the scale-out data warehouse is just one of the features that we have here in Report Builder 3.0. The other thing that we can do, we have quite a few other things that we do with the Report Builder 3.0. So let's switch to the other machine here that I already prepared here, a skeleton of a report. And I want to build a fairly sophisticated sales report, worldwide sales report. And I'm an end user now. And I can work hard, but I actually saw a bunch of reports previously that contain some of the components that I may be interested in. So we have a new feature in Report Builder 3.0 called the Report Part Gallery. And the Report Part Gallery allows me to search in the existing reports for parts that could help me. So I'm going to search for the word sales, and I'm going to find here a bunch of report parts that may be useful, and I think this chart could be useful. So I'm just going to grab it and just lay it up here on the screen. And I just brought it in. I'm going to take this table that we have here, and we're going to also edit in here. So I'll just put it out here. And when I brought these chart and this table from the report part gallery, these were created before in previously created reports. They came in with a complete set of data set, connection definition queries. So all I have to do is just run it, and it's working out of the box. This was an empty report before, and now it's just already working. Now, notice that I have in this table quite a few empty columns. And I left them empty because I want to show you a few more things that we can do with Report Builder 3.0. We have a whole range of new visualizations, exciting visualization that we added to this report. For example, the Sparkline. I can go in and, let's go, scroll. I can go in and put a Sparkline in. I have also the Sparkline. I want to take the line Sparkline. This is like Excel. Now we have it in Report Builder as well. I'm going to show the actual sales broken by the fiscal quarter. I'm going to also use another visualization of the data bar that will show me the total sales. Take horizontal ones, and we just go and take the total sales here and the actual sales. And we already can go and run this report and see these two new visualizations. See the Sparkline, the data bar already working. Very easy to add them to the report. Now, the last thing I'm going to do here, see I have this empty area here and it says the word map. I'm going to create a new map. A new feature of Report Builder 3.0 is the ability to add geographical information to your reports, and it's a kind of a breeze to create those. So just go in. I'm going to go and insert a new map using the map wizard. The good thing is we have the special capabilities of SQL Server to help us along. So we have a table here that contains the shapes of the countries in SQL Server. We're going to use it. We're going to create an analytical map with color coding. We're going to use some information from SQL Server, the sales by country, and bind it to the map using the country name. Then we're going to use the sum of sales for the color coding using a green, yellow, red, red, yellow, green color scheme. And I'm going to press Finish. And we almost have it. It's kind of showing up on the screen. Let's do it here. Make it look better. Make it a bit smaller. And let's run the whole thing. And we have created here a fairly compelling report very quickly using geographical information, mapping, all these exciting Sparklines, data bars very easily. Every end user can do that. It just with self-service reporting. So you kind of seen here the whole value of the platform end to end. You've seen us making sure that the data is of high quality and is consistent. You've seen us being able to load the data into massive scale-out data warehouse. And you've seen us being able to use the data in a complete rich reporting environment that allows end users to do their own self-service reporting.